What is chastity? It's an apprenticeship in self-mastery. According to the Catechism in 2345, it is a moral virtue, it's a grace, and it's a fruit of the Spirit. Chastity is the successful integration of a person's sexuality in their state in life. So who has to be chaste? Everybody. I have to be chaste in the sense that the only person that I have sexual relations with is my spouse. Anybody who is not married is not to have sexual relations with anyone. We all have to be chaste, whether we're single or married. Turn to 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18. It says, shun immorality. Every other sin which a man commits is outside the body, but the immoral man sins against his own body. And actually, I like the King James Version a little better, which says, flee fornication. What does that mean, to flee? It's to run as if your life depended on it. If you can remember seeing The Sound of Music, where they have to flee the country so that the Nazis don't take them, that's a good picture of fleeing. They're not just dancing over the mountaintops, singing. They are running for their lives. If someone ran through the building and said, it's on fire, flee, you would not turn around and say, well, could I just stand at the doorstep and maybe just go inside a little bit? But that's the way we treat sexual immorality. Can I just linger here a little bit? I don't think I'll get burned. I don't think I'll inhale the smoke. Do you understand? Ephesians 5:3 says, fornication and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is fitting among saints. Do you realize, we tend to say, well, an adulterer, that's just terrible. That's just terrible. Adultery is just, it breaks apart marriages, it breaks apart families, and it is terrible. But do you understand that fornicators, people who have sex outside the bonds of marriage, are listed right along with the idolaters and the homosexuals who are practicing and the adulterers as those who will not enter the precincts of heaven apart from repentance? We treat it as so minor. Well, they're living together. I just hope they get married. God has designed our bodies so that arousal should lead to the marital embrace like a fire. And at first, I want to tell you, I think that's good news. That means it can't be extinguished. Fire belongs in the fireplace. And if you think about a fire in a fireplace, what are the images that come to your mind? Warmth, light, a cozy place for romance, a special place to snuggle up with a child. But out of the fireplace, it causes destruction, damage, and death. We want the home fires to burn, but only in the fireplace. We want the fire in the hearth to blaze, and I actually talk a bit about that in Beloved and Blessed. We should have the most vital, beautiful sexual relationships within marriage as a testimony to the world. As a testimony to the world. Passionate love was not meant to travel from place to place, but to rest at home. Self-control allows us to control our bodies and our passions instead of being controlled by them. And there should be no hint of impurity. It's worth the wait. God's laws are an expression of his love for us. He doesn't say, I made sex and you can't have any. He's saying, I made such a beautiful and powerful gift that I'm going to draw the boundaries so that you can enjoy the light and the love that comes from that. Proverbs 5:18 and 19 says, let your fountain be blessed and rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely hind, a graceful doe. Let her affection fill you at all times with delight. Be infatuated always with her love. This is a gift for us to understand how to receive each other and give ourselves in the beauty of the marital embrace. But there are boundaries. For those of you not yet married but might be, do you realize that your abstaining from unchastity is a way of honoring your future spouse, maybe someone you haven't even met yet.